live from DMEXCO, and I am here with Sara Sihelnik, Managing Director, Client Partnerships, EMEA at Quantcast. Hello, Sara.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Yeah, excited to be here. Loads of people, good energy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we are living in an era that is constantly changing in marketing. We are seeing this new figure arrive as the supermarketer. There's AI, there's a lot of different workflows and productivity hacks that are happening. And so we're going to unpack today, in your opinion, what that looks like for you and your teams and in your company. So in your opinion, what's one superpower that a supermarketer today must embody?
Oh, okay. I think one superpower for a supermarketer today is really deep customer empathy. What I mean by that is it's not enough anymore to know the demographics about your customer or what they're interested in, but you really need to understand what are their pain points, what motivates them, what desires do they have, etc. And why that is important is to really stay relevant. As you said, this is this big new era of AI, and we're struggling partially to distinguish between what is actually artificial and what is real. And I think if a marketeer today manages to really do this empathetic connection to their customer, it allows them to really build deeper connection that is also building more long-term strategy, which can lead to brand loyalty long-term. You're not chasing the next just offer, and you're not trying to just be all the time attention grabbing with just here's another offer and here's another trend, but rather build brand loyalty because they feel like you're a brand that really deeply cares about them and understands them.
Yeah, I love that response, and authentically communicating and talking and understanding your customer is absolutely relevant. I couldn't agree more. So speaking of AI as well, how is that changing directly how you are working with your teams, and how is it redefining how we're doing our marketing processes today as a supermarketer?
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of companies, this is changing rapidly, but I have to say that we're at Quantcast. For us, it's kind of there is a lot of change happening, but it's not new to us, this AI topic, because we've been founded in 2006, and our founder, Conrad Feldman, he is one of the pioneers in machine learning and AI in the digital marketing space. So our technology is always built on that. And we just, we work with real-time data. We allow our, customers to really process this data in real time and turn it into actionable insights. It's the way how we, provide also reporting to our customers. How the teams collaborate together, and also how we understand our target audience, but also in terms of privacy regulations rising, cookieless. AI is a massive tool and helper on that to stay compliant. And then you have the whole omnichannel aspect, how we use AI to combine all these complex many channels of the digital marketing space. And then on a day-to-day, obviously, how teams interact with each other, how information is being shared, is rapidly changing.
We know today we have all these tools, we're more productive, but actually our attention spans are shrinking.
Yes, absolutely.
So how do we as the supermarketer grab that attention, drive the engagement, but still keep our brand depth and identity?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think number one is we see still a lot of marketeers relying on stale data sets and working with that. And I think one thing today that every marketer should already do, and AI is a good help for that, is use real-time data and have all your information based on real-time data. And because a good marketeer looks at the dashboard and then also asks, okay, this is what we currently are seeing in our customers, but why are they behaving like that? Yeah. And they turn this data into actionable insights. So that's one thing. So, you need to stay relevant. How do you grab an attention if your ad is relevant to the consumer? And for that, you need to rely on real-time data. You might have noticed already it happened to you or still is happening. You're looking to go somewhere, you've researched your trip, you booked, you even went and came back, and you're still getting ads from the airlines, from the hotels and so on, and that's wasted ad spend, and it's just annoying. Another thing is that every marketer should really focus on an omnichannel strategy. And that's, again, very much easier than ever with the help of AI. What I mean by that is that when you see an ad like 5 times on the same device, on the same environment, it starts to be annoying. Like the second time you see it, you're kind of already not really paying attention to it. So the way to really grab attention is by me seeing it in the morning, first thing when I open my emails, then I see it potentially on the subway and an out-of-home ad, yada, yada, yada. And in the evening, I'm streaming on my CTV and I see the ad. That's how you then create this, attention and grab the attention. And AI is a great tool to do that, to really tell a story across all these different channels.
Yeah. I was just thinking of an example for instance, I use AI also to plan my trips or to find out what's going on in a city.
Yes.
So what would that look like if I were, asking an AI agent or a chatbot, what is it that I can do in Barcelona for the next weekend? And in your case, you're saying, how do we get that personalized? So how would real-time data work with that?
Yeah, so the beauty of real-time data, for instance, is that it picks up early that you are, for example, interested in a trip to Barcelona. So you need to get there and all that. But then it's the next stage, as you said, okay, I'm there and I want to know what can I do there and I want to make the most of my trip. Yeah. So then we can pair that with your interest because we know so much about it, or we know people who are from that kind of background or with those interests and who go to Barcelona are very highly likely to do a city tour or go to this museum or maybe book a spinning class or whatever it is. And that way we make sure we leverage this data in real time, but take in what I meant in the beginning around what makes you as the customer like interested in this and weave that in. If we know you're generally a yoga person, like we can then give you yoga offers in Barcelona, for example, and that's how you make it very personal, but also still are able to do that at a scale, which is important.
So if you could future-proof one thing in your marketing team for the next 3 years, what would it be? And why is it essential today for our supermarketers?
Yeah, so number one, I would say that it's very important that you embrace the AI and the use of AI because it's here to stay. So there's no point in fantasizing about the negative sides of it and what consequences it could have. But stay constantly on top of it. And I know it can be overwhelming with all the new features and updates and how rapidly it evolves. But it makes it also, interesting on testing around and really embrace it in your everyday learning, I would say. The second thing is, that goes back to my earlier point around empathy and authenticity. I think, now the human aspect and what we add as a human becomes, again, very, very relevant. Whether you are a hiring manager looking for a new person, on your team, or if it's advertiser looking for a new agency or technology partner. In the end, everyone can use these AI tools, but why should I go with you? What are you adding on top of that makes me go to choose you or work with you rather than person Z who can have access to the same tools? So that's kind of growing again, and I would say everyone to really, really make sure they work on that again. What is their personal added value?
Yeah, amazing. Well, thank you so much for your insight. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.